Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Oh, wrestling podcast featuring Matt Zion, Bomber Rap, Scott and Lee, and the one and only Peanut. It's Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Bitches.
This is gonna be real, no characters. Everything else we do is fake.
Orton's going to win no matter what. Orton wins 100%, by the way. Let's end this on a super, super high note. Braun Strowman. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Jobber Radio. I am Jake, a.k.a. Bomber, and I got the outsiders in here with me today. First of all, Scott. Scott is here. How are you doing, man?
We're taking over. Oh, wait, no, you're here still, so we're not taking
That's
over.
right.
Yeah, okay, sorry. No, I'm good. I'm tired. For those keeping track, it is, yeah, I know you're going to beat me on that, but for those keeping track, it is week 9 of the cough that I have, and you can't even hear anything right now because I sound mostly fine, but now and then it'll be a cough and I hurt, and yeah, so that's that, but yeah, it's getting over it, and otherwise fine.
Well, there you go.
Mostly fine.
Lee is also here. Lee, you don't have any weird ailments or anything tearing you down right now, do you?
I'm terribly sexy, but that's about the only problem.
Oh, well, that's fine. We can deal with that.
It's a glorious burden.
Yeah, we can deal with that one. I don't know. I don't.
Super AIDS.
I don't even know if Rab even confirmed he was going to be on or not. So I just decided we were just going to go because I didn't even think about asking him.
Well, 9 o'clock came and went, so
yeah, I don't. Yeah, him and Peanut disappeared. Zion was good until 15 minutes ago. He said that his internet's not working, so he's not going to be with us today.
He said earlier in the day that his internet was shit too.
He wanted to, but yeah, he's not being able to do anything. His internet's so bad he can't even be on like the call.
Yeah.
So something's going on there.
Oh, definitely. So anyway, what we got to talk about today? We got to talk about Fastlane. Fastlane just wrapped up. WWE's third pay-per-view this year so far, and I think, I'm just going to jump right out there, a little spoiler for you. I think this is 3 for 3 good pay-per-views in a row for the WWE. No big, no huge stinkers or anything. There's
know what? 4. Everyone keeps forgetting TLC in December. I know it's not to this year, but that's 4 straight.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going by 2019. But yes, you're right. You're right. DLC was good.
2018 wasn't great, so we got to throw him that bone. So
yeah, TLC was pretty good. But yeah, so usually we do a thumbs up, thumbs down. I know, Scott, you only caught bits and pieces. But
yeah, I normally get to watch them now, but I haven't had a chance on this one. So
yeah. So, Lee, first of all, I want to get your thumbs up, thumbs down, Fastlane 2019. What do you think? Overall,
it was pretty much a thumbs up show. Weird booking in some places. I mean, they decided to fuck around a bit for what's basically a placeholder pay-per-view until fucking WrestleMania. But for the most part, the matches were there was a couple that were a little iffy, but for the most part, the matches were pretty good and. It was they're consistently putting out a pretty good pay-per-view product. I wouldn't say so much about their fucking TV, but
yeah,
like we said, good so far. 4 for 4 in a row here, kind of thing.
Yeah. Again, I kind of already tipped my hat, but yeah, I'm giving thumbs up as well. I thought it was pretty good. There were some matches that I was not okay. First of all, the whole show as a whole, I don't think a lot of people were hyped for it, but I think a lot of people thought it was going to be a good show, and it was. Like, for example, the triple threat tag team title match, Revival, Aleister Black, Ricochet, Rude, and Gable. Dude, I really liked that match. That was really good.
Short, but it was really good.
Yeah, it was a little short, but I mean, you even had Revival doing some, I don't know, dives. That's their anti-thing, which is kind of, a little ironic there. That's the opposite of what they do. And Scott Dawson took that deadly-looking Hurricane Ron off the top and landed right back first on the ring apron. I don't know if you saw that or not. That looked pretty brutal.
I was like, yeah, you might want to not do that too much.
Yeah, you could tell. He looked like he was in slow motion jumping over. It was funny. But no, overall, I thought that match was really good. The match that I didn't really think was gonna be great. Wasn't great. That was Boston Hug versus Nia Jackson, Tamina.
Oh my god.
Tamina almost killed Sasha
when she tossed her up onto Nia. And
she
it was
almost,
like,
she
oh,
almost
no.
went to do a belly to back, like a belly to back or a back body drop. That's what it was, back body drop, and that's not what was supposed to happen. She was supposed to throw her up into the Samoan drop, but man, that was scary.
These two fucking botchy Samoan chicks, fucking Samoa drop,
and it was the one that's been there for 10 years has to lift up a light one onto the shoulders of the monster one, and they couldn't get that right. And I know it's easy. Oh, you hate on Nia, hate on this. No,
well, that was more Tamina.
That Nia couldn't catch her.
Well, I mean, I guess a lot of it was on Tamina too, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say she couldn't compensate for it, and there's a level of just let it fall, like drop her, and that'll look cool. Don't try to overcompensate to salvage something, which will ruin everything.
Yeah, the only thing
Tamina really pooched that.
But I mean, fucking Nia Jax's stupid Samoan drop. She doesn't protect people with it. When she does it, she just falls back. She doesn't. Yeah. It's fucking dangerous. I can't believe they let these two fucking idiots compete on the main roster. I mean, I'd be putting them back in fucking cold storage somewhere until they learn how to fucking wrestle, because fucking Bayley and Sasha, just again, like in the last pay-per-view, fucking dead weight, just like an elimination chamber, and here they're carrying these two fucking abortions.
Yeah, well, I mean, I still like Jax over Tamina. So.
I don't want to see either of them
agreed.
in the fucking ring again. I don't want to see Bayley and Sasha hurt. I don't want to see any of the other women hurt on the roster.
Well,
and these two idiots are a fucking danger, man.
Well, what came from this, the whole thing that really came from this is after the match, Beth Phoenix came. Oh, by the way, after the match, they threw Banks over the announce table, and she completely cleared it and smashed right into the barricade. I don't know if you saw that or not. I was like, oh my god. Completely whiffed on the whole table.
They're gonna like fucking injure retired Beth Phoenix at WrestleMania? Like, fuck this.
Yeah, Beth came out. Natalya came out.
Like the Iconics are wanting Boss and Hug, so like you presume that's a match, but you've got the Samoans and the powerhouses. Is that a match? Like, or is it a 4? Like,
no, I mean, again, obviously, I don't know for sure, but it looks like they're building towards the Nia Jackson, Tamina versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya. I don't know who like. I don't know who like. Who?
But you've got the women's tag champions over there. Are they going to have a match? Are they going to be involved in that match, or are they someone going to get the titles and that's going to be a title match? Like,
I don't know.
Why are we having a women's tag match when we already have a women's tag match? I know how stupid that sounds. Why have tag matches when you have the tag titles? They just established these things.
Well, we'll have
that should be the focus of the women's tag.
We're gonna have like
matches.
15, 16 matches on this goddamn show. So
true. But whatever their tag title match is going to be is going to pale in comparison to this, unless it's Trish and Lita. If it's Beth Phoenix coming back with Natalya against Nia and Tamina, it's Beth Phoenix that's going to overshadow the tag title match.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
That's my gut feeling. I might be wrong.
I don't know if Natalya and Beth Phoenix is necessarily going to overshadow things. And I mean, I guess probably their thinking here is, well, let's feed Nia and Tamina like one retired legend and one veteran, and maybe give them some credibility to
get them over so they can win the tag titles later. You could have had them win it right now.
Maybe, but I mean, they're still not good.
No,
I think they're kind of hoping that they can get some good teams to maybe carry them and help them learn.
It's weird though. Like, you're gonna do this to help them get better so they can be a dominant force. They're already losing in these matches, so it's like, it's too late. Like, you could have just done it and had them be dominant. I don't.
They don't think ahead when they book. They fucking book in reverse, so half the time. So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. One of the other matches that went down, Usos defeated Miz and Shane McMahon after the match. Everybody, I'm pretty sure, probably thought the Miz was going to attack Shane, but we got the little swerve job. Shane came through and started attacking Miz and got him in the weakest triangle choke of all time. But I mean, overall, I think it was a decent assault. Besides the triangle choke,
they were going for, but
having a heart attack at the fucking side of the ring there.
It's like someone in Discord said, "Oh, I knew Shane would." No, you didn't. the fact that you'd have Shane McMahon versus The Miz, and Miz is the good guy and Shane's the bad guy, goes opposite to everything that we've learned of WWE over the past 10 years. Like, Miz is such a natural dickbag heel, and Shane is loved by all. Yeah, he was a bad guy before, but he has literally not been a bad guy since the 90s. Like, it's ridiculous that he's the bad guy, but I'm all for it. Like, it looks like it might work. He's the best in the world. I'm like, yeah, own that shit. That's good.
Yeah, no, he was good on SmackDown, of course. SmackDown was actually very good for promos and stuff. We'll get to that in a little bit. But, yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see where this goes. I think a lot of people saw this match coming good ways out. The Shane and Miz.
Not this dynamic, I don't think.
Yeah.
I truly expected Shane trying to overcome the cocky Miz, so I'm cool with this.
It's well known that I don't like Miz in the ring. I was excited for Shane and AJ. I was excited for Shane and Taker. I was excited pretty much for Shane and everybody. Shane and Miz, dude. This is the one time you're gonna hear me say Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. I could care less. I don't care about Miz, man. Him and Miz.
Were people really clamoring for this?
No, of course I don't. I assume not.
It's like this is their classic attitude of, oh, Ronda is gonna make Stephanie a household name. No. It's this gonna be a thing. Oh, this is going to get Miz to the next level. No, it's kind of dragging Shane down a little bit. I like Miz, but it's like this is such a weird match.
Yeah.
Like it is a WrestleMania match, but it doesn't seem like one that anybody wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see as we get closer, but the build should be relatively decent. Shane's great on the mic. Miz is great on the mic, but...
Don't forget, there's only like 2 weeks to go.
Yes. Or is it 2? I thought it was
fucking April 7th. There's like they were saying like 25 days, like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
there's not much.
It's not much at all. We had another great moment on the kickoff show. We had New Day defeat Nakamura and Rusev, which gave Rusev the tied for the record for most straight pay-per-view losses. Correct?
Hey, but you could get technical and say he didn't even make the pay-per-view.
True. That is true. Very true.
Same with Rumble, right? That wasn't even on the pay-per-view. So, I mean, you want to get technical. He wasn't even on it.
That's right, because a lot of people say kickoffs don't count. I mean, they don't count when you talk about the DVDs usually, but anyway.
They don't. No, they're bonus features, so yeah.
Yeah, so either way,
still, that's, oof.
He's still losing a lot. And I was talking to some other people the other day. I'm so fucking done with Rusev anyway. I know that's unpopular. A lot of people fucking love Rusev, whatever. I'm sorry. But him on social media is just go the fuck away. I'm done with Rusev. Sorry, I'm done. I could care him and Lana. Like they're just annoying in like not a good edgy way. It's just like I'm just done, man.
I don't even care about that side of it. For some reason, he reminded me of Sheamus for a while there, where it's like, oh, not him again. Where it's like, I like Sheamus, I like Rusev, they're good, but it's like, oh, not that. Move the spotlight just a little to the left, not this again. Is what it seemed like, because he wasn't evolving. Mm-hmm. And ironically, now that he's trying to evolve, he's not getting spotlight. It's like, no, spotlight this one. This is good. No. All right, fine. It's odd, but yeah.
I have to do a pretty serious fucking rehab job on him. Like, they're going to have to go into Mark Henry territory to get him believable again as something anyone really gives a shit about in a serious way.
They kind of already were with his whole Christmas Day U.S. title win and shit. Like, they kind of already went there, but then they're like, no, that was to give it back to Nakamura.
Yeah, no, they just do the start-stop thing with him all the time. And as for Nakamura, it starts to feel like that maybe he's going to take all his money and go back to Japan.
He should not be content in the tag division, which he is.
They're this is the classic example of, we don't have anything for either one of these guys. Let's throw them together, see what happens. And
in the middle of a feud.
And which is the worst case scenario. But yeah, nothing. Man, I'm sorry. Like I said, we talk about people that need to go, get these guys out of here. Like, we need to have the fresh people come in. These are two guys. I'm sorry. I know they're popular. These are two guys that are just wasting space.
Dude, look at it this way. It would be to their benefit.
For each one of those guys, yeah. I mean, I think
it would be for their benefit. It's not that they're like, oh, they're wasting space. I mean, they are, but they're better than that, and they could do better elsewhere. I truly believe it's not like, oh, he sucks. Get off my TV. Even though what I just said about Rusev, he doesn't suck. That's the thing. He's great. He's good. It's just, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, it helps both parties. It'll help the WWE if they go. It'll help them if they go. That just needs to happen. There's so many other people that need to be called up right now. They're starting to call some of them up. Goddamn, with Ricochet and Aleister Black. I still don't really know what the fuck they're doing with them, but
are they a team?
I don't know. They're just random dudes on a team. They're challenging in the Dusty Classic. They're challenging for titles on SmackDown, Raw, everywhere. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't get why they're a team. I don't get why these two.
Because they're from NXT.
And by the way,
they have no personalities. I mean, fucking Ricochet is.
He's broody.
Ricochet, he's a fucking dork.
On SmackDown this past week, they did like a little backstage, cell phone shit that they do. Ricochet cut a horrible, cheesy ass, phony ass little promo, and Aleister Black comes walking up behind him and gives this little, they're gonna fade to black thing. You can tell Black is way better when it comes to talking and stuff, but dude, Ricochet he's like really fucking bad.
And that's saying something.
He's really bad.
Ricochet's accent or Black's accent is a problem now and then, like in a Cesaro way. Mm-hmm. There's a reason that Prince Puma didn't talk during Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Now we know why. So
did you guys hear Jim Cornette how he would have booked?
I did not hear this.
No.
He would have had a feud with Rey Mysterio, and I think it was Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton, I believe it was, and Randy Orton would beat him. It could have been someone else. Maybe it was Almas, whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, Andrade.
But either way, it was Rey would be so badly beaten and injured that he'd have to go back to Mexico and find somebody to don the mantle, as it were, to fight for his family and his honor and all this other shit. And then they'd bring Ricochet in under a mask. And I mean, everyone would know it's Ricochet because Ricochet would get chosen in this promo package, this video package where Ray's
that's cool.
Picking a guy from his gym in Mexico, all these guys that he trains and that he knows and shit. And so he picks Ricochet, brings him in. Ricochet doesn't talk. He wrestles. He gets over on his work. And then eventually you can get him to talk if you need to or whatever. But just to have him, I mean, it's not like no one knows he's Ricochet.
Yeah.
Those things. It's just that he's wearing the mask as a sort of symbol of honor because Ray gets unmasked in this feud.
Oh, Jesus.
He gets beaten so bad that he gets unmasked, right?
I was going to say, it's the same thing like when Ray came into WWE with his mask. It's like, we know he has no mask, but here he does.
Yeah.
Same idea. They've done that.
So, like, that was like Cornette's idea. It's like, well, I'm going to play to Ricochet's strengths, and I'm going to have him, have the backing of, like, one of the most popular faces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because him talking...
Gives him credibility, right? So he doesn't talk.
They have a promo class. Keep him in there and keep him doing it.
I was going to say, he's already, we know how exciting he is wrestling. We already know how great he is during that shit. But man, yeah, when he talks, it's just it's that cringe, man. It's that cringe factor. It creeps up on you. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I have no idea why these guys. It seems like another mishmash. Just throw these guys together, which I think Aleister Black. I'm a big Aleister Black fan, so I'm a little more biased in that. Where I think that he's good to go on his own, and I think he's good enough on the mic to handle his own. But again, I'm a little more biased on him, so. Mm-hmm. I may not. I think
the consensus is that he's been ready since like the Rumble.
Yeah,
he should have come over a long while ago. So
yeah, weird that they're bringing Rick
to do something interesting, like put him in SmackDown scene. That gives him a bunch of fresh opponents.
Yeah,
I think Nakamura versus him would be like a really good stepping stone match for. Black.
There was a cool standoff during SmackDown actually where they were like kick trading with each other, like kickboxing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, since Nakamura is just basically a glorified jobber to the stars at this point anyway, might as well use him effectively and use him to get Black over.
Yeah. And we knew, I knew the Revival was going to win because WWE has this weird pattern that they follow. They have the champions lose every single week on TV, and then pay-per-view comes, title on the line, they always defend. It's like,
it's to make you think they might win this
I know, but it's if they don't follow the same pattern every time, you would maybe wonder, but they follow the same pattern every time.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I thought that Ricochet and Black would do it because I had the crazy feeling they're just
Yeah.
They're just gonna give it to them. They're gonna give it to these guys right now.
And you know when you can tell Revival's going to lose is when they start fucking winning on Raw. When they start winning on Raw, that's when all right, they're about to lose the belts. It's a formula that they have followed forever, and it's so predictable. And I'm giving away some of my tips and tricks in the prediction league. I will stop doing that right now. But anyway, so moving forward, let's go to the United States title match because this wasn't a thing. On the pre-show, it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio and Andrade. That's what they built the promotion to. It
was even on their Twitter.
Yeah.
During the pre-show, saying this match is happening. Like, watch the pre-show right now to watch this match.
I wonder what happened
during the New Day match. Like, that's how last minute the change must have been.
And I loved it. I thought it was a pretty decent match. But I mean, I wonder what happened backstage where it changed in a blink of an eye, like that quick. I'm happy to see some R-Truth getting some pay-per-view time, by the way. So just want to throw that out there. Too bad Zion's not here to fucking fuck that up. But no, Samoa Joe obviously was going to retain once they announced that, but.
Oh, yeah. It was a rematch of when he won it, too. So
yeah, it's a complete rematch. And this is a way for Mysterio and Andrade to, drag out a little bit longer and make it a WrestleMania where they will get their one-on-one, their final one-on-one. So
I guess that was their thought, unless it was just Vince going, God damn, pal, that Rey Mysterio's really small.
I just want to know, like, for real, what happened to make it change last minute like that? Like, absolute last minute. Something crazy.
This match otherwise would be Joe and R-Truth. They're like, nah, make it be all four again.
But I mean, they weren't even on the card.
Doesn't have to be. No, there was Kofi in the bar.
Yeah, neither Kofi in the bar. Obviously, there was a lot of it. The Intercontinental Champion
Kofi
wasn't even booked
on the card, and he ended up in that handicap match.
Yeah, that was
no Balor at all. So yeah, it's
you know what? You just brought it up. Let's talk about the Kofi real quick. What are you guys' thoughts on what they did on the show? Because on the pre-show, New Day was about to go out and have their tag match. And some fucking, I don't know, intern, it looked like, some dude that's horrible at acting, came up and said, hey, Kofi, Vince wants to talk to you. So he went, and then later on in the night, I'm recap this case, people didn't watch it, Kofi finally gets in there, Vince says, oh yeah, we'll make it a triple threat, it'll be a title match. Kofi comes out, and then change,
like,
here comes the bar.
Right now, that's not what your match is.
Yeah.
And he gets a handicap match with the bar.
Yeah, changed to the bar. And it was just pretty much just like a squash fest there.
Yeah, it's weird.
They're overcomplicating it again. It's everything I said on the last podcast for a half hour total of how they're overcomplicating the stuff with Becky. And literally, I was saying they're going to be doing that with Kofi. They're doing it.
Are you seeing some parallels with the Becky and Kofi? It's like the exact.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not the same, getting arrested and all that shit. But I mean, like,
no, but it's the same idea.
Yeah,
and it's frustrating. It's people. Okay, so I get what they're doing. What they're doing is the same thing by putting the McMahons into the Becky storyline, and what they're doing, they're making it where it's like, oh my god, look at all the stuff she had to overcome.
Yes.
Just to even get a shot, let alone win it. It makes it better. It's like, oh my god, Charlotte had to overcome the same odds that Becky did. It's that mentality. It's like, no.
Yeah.
We want to see them get the shot, and we want to see them earn their way to the shot. We don't want to watch them not have that shot for weeks on end. When, okay, yeah, we all kind of know what's going to happen. So why are you telling me a story I don't enjoy, hoping the payoff is worth it?
I'm okay with.
That's me. That's what I keep saying,
Sure.
And I get it. The crowd's gonna love it. And when you look back on her Hall of Fame induction, it's oh my god, the stuff she had to overcome to win the title, blah blah blah. And they'll show the McMahon's losing. It'll be all worth it in the end. But in the moment, it's like, the fact that we're now here with 3 weeks to go, and now we can finally say, yes, it is Becky Lynch in the main event at Mania. Fuck, why were we saying that in January?
I'm okay. I'm okay with one of these stories doing that. I'm okay with one of these stories doing it, but they're following the same path on both of these stories with Kofi and Becky, and it's like you can't have two major. These are like some of the biggest stories going on. Two major of the stories are like exactly the same, and it's like, guys, what the fuck are you doing?
And Kofi's literally is a case of
one's a SmackDown story, one's a Raw. Kind of, I guess. No,
technically,
yeah. Becky's.
Well, it's a Raw title, so
yeah.
But literally, Kofi, the whole thing was like after 11 years, he's got his shot, and that was the Chamber story. It's like, oh my god, we're gonna get to watch him in 5 days go for the title, and the story, like, you don't need to write this. It is writing itself. It's cool. The Gauntlet was fun. Can he win the big one? Wow, that's all we need. But now we got to have Vince come in and take the match away and do this stuff and have this and this and this. Like, no. Why is this better? Why not just have Kofi continually kill it out there and prove that he deserves it? Like, now it's going to be you got to face, like, what is it? They got to face the roster, like 5 guys.
Yeah, he's got to face
in a gauntlet.
Orton,
it's going to be
Joe,
great, but
Barr. Yeah, he's got to face everybody, and then Rowan.
And of course, I want to chain this into something else as well. The whole title match where they added in Ali at the last minute.
Yes.
Because he didn't get his fair shot at the Chamber.
Oh, what a good match.
That's a triple threat, and it was amazing.
Oh, what a
and
great
it was
fucking
great.
match.
And then the whole idea, like, Woody, I'm calling you out. You're listening to this. I know you will be. He's like, oh, it's better with having the 3-man, and it's better with this and this. And it's like the mentality of more is better. When, you know me, Bomber, we talked last time a lot about how a one-on-one gets that mano-a-mano. Like, a one-on-one match like Michaels and Undertaker, you have those moments of, oh my God, I can't believe this is continuing. And there's time to breathe. Even Callahan and Pentagon had that, or Pentagon and Omega, and fucking Steamboat and Savage. They do these things. They have moments. Triple threats normally don't. They go all out and don't stop.
Yeah, they're more of a fast-paced, usually.
And look at what they're doing with AJ and Randy Orton. That is simply 2 guys who want to be the best. That's the story. That's the match. It's great promos on SmackDown so far.
Oh,
it's
amazing.
literally it. It's one-on-one. And I will smack anybody upside the head that says, yeah, but imagine if Joe got involved. No, it's a one-on-one story, and that's all we need. That's all we want. If you put Joe involved, it's like, but I want to see him one-on-one. That's what we're talking about with Becky and Ronda, or Kofi and Bryan. We just want to see the one-on-one. We don't want the triples. We don't want the multis. It doesn't make it better inherently. Yes,
and
they'll be awesome matches.
Just to bring that up,
not the payoff.
Just bring that up, the AJ and Orton thing. There was a lot of people, myself included, kind of like, not really on the the bandwagon wanting to see that match, but man, after this past week on SmackDown, those guys fucking tore it up on the mic.
Yep.
They both built it up perfectly. Just in that was in 1 week. They totally won me over on everything. So now I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
So on SmackDown, when they do that and Finn Balor's like, I need to face AJ and that's the way to go, and now it's a triple threat. You're like, no, that's going to be a cool fucking match. No lie.
Wait, who said something about it? Finn Balor?
That's my point.
Oh, I thought somebody was mentioning that. I was like, what?
Imagine that. And you're like, no, it's not as good. Like, if you go back and you look at the history of all the great one-on-one matches at Manias or wherever, and you look at the triple threats, and there's not as many, sure. Like, they only started in, like, the late 90s, but people don't remember things like Orton, Triple H, and Cena as a classic, or Edge, Big Show, and Cena. Like, those ones don't stand the test of time as things like Taker and Michaels, or Austin and Rock. But, Triple H, Rock, Foley, and Big Show, it's muddied. You don't get the one-on-one, the I'm better than you, no, I am. That's all you need sometimes.
Well, that was just a bad match.
That's it. And it's frustrating to see them try to, like, put Charlotte in there. Look how much of a mountain Becky has to overcome now. Yeah, that's not the story you should be telling. It's the one you're doing, though. Fair enough, but...
Yeah, when it came to the Becky and Charlotte match, it wasn't, I mean... It was a match, but it was not memorable. It was more of an angle than a match. Yeah, good call.
It also wasn't needed because she won the Rumble.
Well, yeah,
and should have a one-on-one match from January. Like the whole
true.
But we got to tell the story and make it more. Look how much he overcame.
So yeah, that was we knew.
Can you tell I'm bitter?
We knew something was going to happen, and we didn't want to take Charlotte. Didn't need to take the lost clean. So I mean, it made sense. Ronda wanted to face Becky. She came out, attacked her.
Becky can't beat one half of what's going on, and it kind of defeats her point.
Well, she could have. Should
Charlotte not be in the match? Well, she's got me beat, so maybe she should. Like it almost legitimizes the bullshit that she's fighting against.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how I saw it. I know that's overly complicating it.
Yeah, let's say I didn't. Yeah, I just saw it as
beat with the figure 8. She did.
I mean, I knew this was coming a mile away. Yeah.
We all did. So why did they tell a bad story to get to the point that we all knew it was going to be anyway?
I mean, as far as like the DQ and everything, everybody knew Ronda was going to show up at some point, And it only makes sense. If she wanted Becky in the match, it made perfect sense. All right, it's easy. All I got to do is come out and hit Becky, and she's in the match.
Now, Lee, you weren't here last time, but what do you think of heel Ronda and all this stuff going on now?
She's doing fine. I like heel Ronda. That's all right. I think they've planted the seeds of, like, they were starting to get some negative crowd reactions because she was getting pushed down people's throats. Yeah. And they decided to run with it. You know, they did the exact thing they should have done with, like, Roman Reigns back in the day.
Actually, yeah, perfect, yeah.
And Ronda's a fucking MVP, man. She's having a great rookie year. She's taking it up, and I mean, she's much more easy to get into as an unlikable bitch than she is a smiling baby face, because I mean, even though she was doing the ass kicking thing and that was believable, like whenever she turned on the smiles and stuff like that, it got a little too sweet and diabetes making, you know, kind of inducing thing. And
sorry, go ahead.
with her turning heel and all that, that's fine. Everything else is overly complicated. Charlotte shouldn't be in it, and that's pretty much my final thoughts on it.
Man, I'm loving heel Ronda. I thought she was a decent face, you know, with the, like you just mentioned, the beating the shit out of everybody. But man, she is a monster fucking heel.
You want to see an armbar? Pay $60.
Yeah,
fucking line of the night. That was amazing.
So I don't know who's giving her these lines or whatnot, but they're feeding her some really great fucking shit. Again, who knows? It could be her. I don't think it is, but if it is, fucking even way better. But she's doing some great shit right now. I am big time on board.
You watch her back in the UFC days, and yeah, she's like doing charity stuff and Make-A-Wish stuff. Like she's not a bitch. Let's get that out of the way. She's a good person and blah, blah, blah. But there is a natural jock athlete swagger that's in people like her. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but when you take that and just amp it up, you get a mega heel in wrestling.
Hell yeah.
So it's fantastic. It's just like there's some naturalness to it because she knows she's better than everybody else. That is a true thing. It just works really good. So
her turn was she's a highly competitive really ass-kicking female fighter. She's beat everybody basically, and starting to turn on her. Her heel turn is 100% natural. It's justified, and it sort of organically happened too, which is great. And they ran with it instead of trying to make her, you know, the super face. And hey, WWE, look what happens when you do that. Yeah, when you actually go with what the crowd is turning her to, you're starting to put asses in seats. Even with this triple threat bullshit that very few people really want to see.
It is funny because Becky, everybody she was the heel. Everybody was like, no, we're gonna fucking cheer you. They're like, okay, well we'll make her this Stone Cold-esque type character, and she's cheered, and then
Road Dogg.
And then same with Ronda. So you got that third wheel right there with Charlotte. That I know we're beating it to death. I know, but
literally think of that. Like Charlotte doesn't need to be there because you've got face Becky.
At the same time, though,
heel Ronda. It's like, oh god, just let it be, let it exist. Because honestly, we might never get to see that one-on-one. That's what pisses me off too. If she goes off for a year and has a baby or whatever. Who knows what could happen, and that match never happens, and 4 years later, we're finally getting Lesnar versus Bryan or some shit like that. Like, that's what it is. Like, this, fucking do it. You can have Becky and Charlotte forever and ever. You already are. Just do the match one-on-one at Mania. That's what we deserve.
It's the only question, and I think this is why they did this, because they don't have an answer for it, is what do you do with Charlotte in the meantime for WrestleMania?
Well, I said this on the last one. Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka would be fine. Or, if you wanted to go a slightly different route, considering how Charlotte has been on top for so fucking long, she's basically done all she can really do in women's singles for the most part. Team her up with one of those fucking lumbering bumblefucks who need someone to help them work. Team her up with, like, Nia or the murderer's daughter, and go for the fucking tag titles. Put some fucking heat behind that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right route to go, but here's the thing.
Just as a holdover, they don't even have to win. They just have to have something to do at WrestleMania,
Now,
and that makes that match much more interesting.
Again, Lee, my idea last time was that she goes after Asuka because Asuka's now the face champion that couldn't beat Charlotte last time. And here comes Charlotte, now a heel, saying, fuck you, I'm taking my belt back, and can Asuka win? It used to be before, can Charlotte break the streak? Now it's, can Asuka avenge her loss? Oh my God! I write this up. That's your SmackDown Women's Title match, and you can promote that one-on-one. Huge.
Yeah, that to me that's definitely the road to take. And the thing is, now a lot of the stuff is people getting mad at Charlotte. Charlotte is fucking great, though. I've never
Don't
once
get mad at Charlotte.
I've never once talked shit about Charlotte when this. Yeah.
Do you think Charlotte would really say no? Like, you know what? You're gonna be the main event of WrestleMania, but we're gonna. You know what? We want you to be there. No. Now, people will be like, oh, she should have said no to let her friend Becky have the one-on-one. You know what? You want to be on top, you look up for number one. I don't blame her for that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I agree. It would be cool if she stepped aside because she will look at those moments. But you know what? No. You don't turn that shit down. That's history forever. You do not pass that up.
I can already tell you how this match is going to end. You ready? Okay, here's how the match is going to end. Becky Lynch is going to beat Ronda Rousey. That's going to happen. And then after the match, Charlotte and Becky are gonna hug and do their little bullshit. We're best friends bullshit. I promise you. I am right now. I am saying it. That's gonna happen.
It'll be it won't be like a we're best friends. It'll be a respect thing. I can see the hug happening, but it'll be like out of respect because we're warriors. Because that happens in MMA affairs.
She's probably gonna cry. She's probably gonna cry, and they're all gonna be hugging. And
dude, if you were the main event at WrestleMania, you'd cry.
Well, you know, I'm just saying.
I would.
I wouldn't if I was the heel. God damn it. Unless I was crying that I was
crying the belt. There's a moment of that little child in you that just did it. Yeah, go ahead. You say you don't.
I wish they'd save that for WrestleMania, though. It's like they have people fucking crying every fucking second in the WWE now. It's like, oh,
that's true.
I got called up to the main roster. It's such a privilege. Fuck you. You're supposed to be there to compete and be the best. Like, you're not there because you got the opportunity. You earned your opportunity. Stop crying and kick ass.
My favorite thing about Joe winning the U.S. title was he was a little emotional, but it was just like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, that would have been good on pay-per-view kind of moment, but let's think about this guy who literally lost almost 2 years due to injury on the main roster. Yeah, he's going to be emotional about getting a title. Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. Even as the heel, he's like, fuck it.
So there was only 2 other matches that happened on the show. One of them was Asuka versus Mandy Rose. That was, to me, the dud of the night. I mean, that was...
the ending.
Yeah.
It was all...
Mandy Rose, I think it's not even so much Mandy Rose's fault. She's kind of green, especially compared to Asuka. She's just not on the same level, and it just kind of showed. It's like they didn't really have... They didn't work well together. That's just the thing.
Yeah, I still think... What I'm guessing, which I don't know if you heard me say this or not, but I think it's going to end up being a triple threat match at Mania. Again, yes, triple threat match, another one. Yeah, I do.
There's going to be a lot.
I do think it is. I think it's going to be Asuka defend her title against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, because Rose and Deville have been, obviously over the past couple weeks teasing the split and whatnot. They've been screwing each other up, and so I think it's gonna be another fucking triple threat. Call me crazy, but I think that's what's gonna happen. But there's not much to talk about that match. That match was one of the worst ones on the show. But main event, which I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be something else. I did not think it was gonna be the 6-man tag. The Shield.
That's you could almost say maybe is a little bit there about having tag team main event. Oh, let's keep them indies down because they'll have tag team main events. There could be some bullshit there, but I mean it's Roman. Let's be honest.
I mean, I think that the Brian Owens and Ali would have been a fucking great closer. I mean, either way, I mean, I'm still fine with the show and whatnot, but that was a fucking great match. That would have been a fucking great way to end the show in my eyes. But anyway, I know they wanted the Shield to do their Shield pose, the fists and stuff to close the show out. But Shield beat McIntyre, Lashley, and Corbin. I mean, another one. It was fun to watch Shield together again, but man, it was kind of one of the weaker matches on the card, I think.
It was fun.
It was fine. I mean, it wasn't good, wasn't bad. I think it was okay.
Nothing wrong with it. They do what they do. They're good at it.
It was Shield's
greatest. It's a weird kind of like backhanded compliment, but
I don't like watching the Shield as faces so much anyway. Like that kind of peaked for me when they had their last match against Evolution before they broke up.
Yeah, they're way. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a good call.
I mean, it's Evolution. Everyone fucking hates Evolution. They're all pieces of shit.
Are you talking about my favorite stable right now?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a in the crowd, home happy kind of thing. Shield wins.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns isn't dying of cancer anymore. Everyone's happy. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end it got a little hectic. They started using the tables and stuff, and it was, it was cool. But overall, from top to bottom, I know we were complaining a lot about, the stories going on. But as far as the matches go, this is one of the ones that, it wasn't exciting as far as storylines and whatnot goes and what's going down. But it was an enjoyable show to watch. I know we were shitting on a lot of stuff, but I still think it was an enjoyable show to watch. That's just my opinion, though. So I mean, I think we're in a decent spot. A lot of people, if Zion was here, he'd say this is the worst WrestleMania of all time coming up. But I think we're at a decent spot right now heading into WrestleMania. We got like 8 matches already announced, don't we? Something like that.
I will agree that even with the trajectory that we're on and the stories that they're telling, the matches themselves look pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, the stories look like they're suffering.
All my hate of the triple threat for the Raw Women's title, it's going to be a good goddamn match. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's one of those cases where like this give us what we want. God, that Batista Triple H bit, people have edited. Give me what we want. Give me what I want.
Yes,
give me what I want.
I was wondering what was going on when he was, because
give me what I want.
He just kept saying it over and over.
We're going to give you what you want. That's not what I want. Give me what I want. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that's what
I have a hard time buying Batista wants anything, considering he's like making billions in the movies.
I will say again, like last time, I have zero interest in Triple H and Batista at WrestleMania in 2019.
Oh, I do.
However, I'm loving the build-up. It's great.
And it's a no-holds-barred match. Dude, it's going to be good. I promise you. They're going to be able to doctor it up. Dude, it's going to be good. Triple H.
It'll be fun.
Triple H may have, I don't think it will be, but it's going to be good. Triple H may have back-to-back match of the nights on WrestleMania last year and this year. He could do it. Him and Batista could steal it. Because last year, goddamn Triple H and the Ronda and all that was match of the night. I don't care what anybody says.
But then again, you've got Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte.
Yeah.
That's got potential too, right?
Yeah, it kind of does.
And if they go with the tag titles the way it seems to be, it's Hardys and Usos.
And I already called Lesnar and Rollins as match of the night, so I can't go back on that. So
you said it had potential.
I has potential, yeah.
Oh, no, you kind of did say. I said it had potential because it could, because those guys are fun together. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We don't know where the Usos kind of called out every tag team on SmackDown this past week.
And that's the part that sucks right now, where like it's like, oh, we'll fight anybody. No, there should be a natural challenger waiting to come out and take your head off.
When they named all the teams, the one that stuck out to me was the Hardy Boys. I know a lot of people, blah blah blah, Hardy Boys are old, whatnot, but it was the way they worded it was, us brothers versus you brother, like the brothers versus brothers. I think that could be a good story or a good good angle. Yeah. In the Hardys, they don't have that much longer. Goddamn, I thought fucking Matt was already gone. So why not give him another chance at a tag team title, even though if they're not going to win? Give it
no, they're going to lose. It's a torch pass. I feel 100%.
Yeah, feels like it. Yeah.
But on this show on WrestleMania, they have a couple matches booked. The thing is, 2 matches are already billed as like retirement matches. You know that already? Because Batista said in the promo that he was on Raw that this is going to be like this. I'm retired. This is my retirement match. I'm going to end my career at WrestleMania. And then Kurt Angle as well, almost 2, I think it was like 2 segments later, maybe the next segment, I don't know, came out and said, yeah, I'm going to WrestleMania and that's going to be my retirement match. I'm like, wait, you just did back-to-back segments telling us that 2 people are going to retire. That felt really fucking off.
It's weird because with Angle, it's like, look, this is my retirement tour. I'm going to wind down. I'm going to have my last match there in a Ric Flair kind of way.
Yeah.
But with Batista, it's like, oh, this is my retirement match. He hasn't had a match in like 4 years. It's different when it's that. This is the last time. Like, I'm not going to wrestle again after this. Is more what his is. Like, I'm done. It's weird to be like, I'm retiring. You are retired. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm more into the Batista because that's going to be a good match. Angle is looking rough, dude.
It depends on the opponent.
He went in.
They can work some magic, but
yeah, him and Apollo Crews fought.
That was bad.
It was bad. And
you see, he couldn't even get like he couldn't even put anything into getting Apollo up for those German suplexes, it was like all Apollo. He was just holding on for the ride.
Yeah, he was doing what was he? He was doing some submission. Goddamn it, I forgot what submission it was. He had a submission hold locked in, and it wasn't. It looked like it looked worse than Shane's triangle choke on Miz. It was really I was like, God damn, this is not good.
Well, who do you want to see take on Angle?
Oh my God.
Because the rumor mills exploded when that happened.
Oh
I saw
yeah.
Cena thrown out there.
I saw Cena thrown out there. I saw Undertaker thrown out there.
I mean, that would make sense.
God.
Cena's in.
It's like his first match, so it's Angle's last.
That would make sense. I thought a lot of people were saying stuff about Joe and Angle, or Joe and Cena though.
I've heard that's fallen apart at the same time. But then again, was it even a thing? Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's easy to say the rumor fell apart when it wasn't true in the first place.
Yeah, there's no.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the opponents, I think Cena would be the one that would make the most sense because it was Cena's first match, and it could be his.
Yeah, it's a bookend.
Angle's last match. Yeah. I don't know. Other than that, I mean, definitely not Taker. Fuck anybody that thinks they want to see Taker come out there.
Crazy.
Oh my God, that'd be the worst match of all time. I feel.
Literally see these two like.
It would not be the worst of all time, and you know that.
At WrestleMania, probably would be.
It'd be close.
Oh God, no. Oh God. You want to pull up Demolition versus Tenryu and shit? Like, there's bad, dude.
I'll go look that up then. But
yeah,
no,
there's Big Show and Akebono. I can pull up some dog shit if you want. We can go Bossman and Taker.
I feel like this would be close.
No.
Bossman
it would
Taker
be smoke and mirrors. It would be smoke and mirrors.
That's the thing. I think it would be one of the worst because it would be so sad watching those two fucking broken down people fall apart right in the ring. Like, ugh.
It would be depressing. Sure, it might be the most depressing. I'll go with you on that. It would be like Hogan and McMahon, where like this is not even a match. They're doing things with cameras in a ring.
That was fun.
It would be that kind of thing. It would be entertaining in its own way, but it would not be a match like No Way Out
except
09,
except not bloody,
which was classic. Oh God. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Angle there though, but no. Yeah, that they got the Shane. I'm looking at the card right now. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches right now booked. Lesnar, Rollins, Rousey, Lynch, Flair, Batista, Triple H, Shane, Miz, and Angle. AJ Styles and Randy Orton. And
if Kofi wins on SmackDown coming up,
yes,
him versus Bryan for the WWE title,
which will happen. I mean. If it doesn't, how funny would it be if it just didn't happen?
It won't, and he gets in through another way. Like would you be surprised after how much they've been overcomplicating things? I'm expecting that.
That's what people were thinking with Becky too at Fastlane. They're like, no, she's gonna lose, and then they're gonna put her in another way.
But that's the whole point. They already went that way, and she had to win her way back in.
Well, they did it like 2 or 3 times. They're not gonna do it 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? That just would. That would just.
Point, I can't. I don't know.
That would just be silly.
I just got done talking about 2 retirement segments in one show right after the other.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, dude. It's the WWE. They'll do whatever the fuck they want. They don't care if it makes sense or if it's in good taste. They'll fucking do it.
But the good thing that's going to be coming to WrestleMania is we have a host for WrestleMania.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see that? Oh, sorry. I was just making a joke. Alexa Bliss is going to be the host of WrestleMania.
All right, she going to be nude?
I don't think so.
Fucker.
I don't think so.
I think I triggered Super AIDS.
Oh God, you almost killed me there.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was a big fart in church. That whole
it was during a moment of bliss when she's like, the host is me.
Yeah, it was bad. Okay. I mean, she's she's fine. I like her on the mic, but that was just a bad segment. But I don't know. We'll see what she does. A lot of people are saying she's going to include her match. She's going to book her in a match against Asuka or something like that. But I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I could see that.
I don't know.
Though Nikki Cross and her are going back and forth on Twitter about like an early match they had, so they could be doing something with that where Nikki's involved in backstage stuff and things.
I don't know. There's a lot of other stuff. A lot of question marks still thrown out for WrestleMania. I know the way Drew McIntyre has been, acting. I think it's going to be McIntyre versus Reigns, because he just killed.
That makes sense. Yeah,
he just killed Ambrose. Yeah. That match, by the way, did you guys get to catch all that match? I thought it was a pretty good match overall. There's a couple of low moments, I think, but overall that was a pretty good street fight.
It was all right as a get Drew McIntyre back into serious business and make him slaughter a guy who's maybe on his way out. I don't know. They keep talking about Ambrose.
Man. His
contract's up to the point now where you're kind of like,
it's unprecedented. This level of is he?
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Again,
he just main evented in a win at Fastlane, for crying out loud, and then main evented Raw as well. Like,
yeah, what? I'm not on board with any of that. I'm just at the point where fuck it, I'll see what happens when it happens.
Yeah,
but
it's interesting though. I do enjoy it. Like, I don't know what's happening. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's neat.
And I forgot how refreshing it is to see some of these Falls Count Anywhere type matches where WWE has really, I wouldn't say abandoned them because obviously they just did one, but they used to have these a little more often, and it spices the show up so much more. It seems like it's so more like when they cover more ground, it seems like it's a bigger show to me. I don't know. Like, I like more backstage stuff where stuff spills backstage, a match will still backstage or go out into the concession stand. Like, not every show, but I'm saying when it happens, it feels good. And Raw ended on a high note for me for that match. I think it just worked out really good for me. I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, they used it in the right way, and I mean.
Yeah,
Street Fight plays more to Ambrose's strengths. Like he's a natural sort of bumper for that kind of shit.
Yeah,
and he's more of a street fighter than he is like a technical wrestler or whatever. I mean, the guy comes out in his fucking jeans, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, it was good because you usually, even when you do see street fights in WWE, they usually don't get this fucking brutal. And he brutalized Ambrose at the end there. So it actually put a sort of exclamation point on the whole thing.
Yeah, that was a good spot, a little unique spot with the little handrail there, where he put him in the handrail and like gave him the Claymore kick and broke it down. It was refreshing. It's stuff that we used to get back in the day that I feel like they have went away from. And it was nice to see it kind of come back this past week. But the last thing I want to talk about was over on SmackDown, the fucking promos. We kind of talked a little bit about it, but dude, SmackDown was an overall, I thought, really good show promo-wise. Definitely one of the better ones they've had in a while. Shane McMahon did fantastic. AJ Styles, Orton tore it up. It went really well, and that's how 3 weeks from WrestleMania, we should be building shit up. We should be getting some good, deep promos, really hard stuff. And I remember I saw you say something on Twitter, Lee, about that's how you do
that's how you do two wrestlers talking about behind the scenes stuff in the open,
but not breaking kayfabe.
In front of the crowd. Unlike Hunter and fucking Batista, where this is gonna be real, no characters. Batista, like everything else we do is fake, but I'm gonna fuck you up. Well, fuck you. You're a fake too.
Yeah.
But these two, they basically just talked about their past. They just talked about the past that isn't always brought up to the mainstream crowd, but they kept everything in kayfabe. It was like when you were fucking sipping tea with Dixie Carter in Florida or wherever the fuck the line was, I was doing this, and it's like, yeah, you were handed everything by your fucking daddy. You got you into the business, and it's a natural resentment there. There's a natural storyline there where Orton's this, guy who's had everything handed to him, and AJ had to fight his way up from the indies, and AJ's proud of how he got to where he is now. And also the little comment about, you're talking about all my friends in the indies. Well, we're all here now, bitch. You're the fucking odd man out. We're the new fucking guys running things. And it was just a great fucking exchange from top to bottom. They had real heat to it. It didn't feel like a scripted bullshit fucking exchange. It just felt like from the heart kind of stuff. And yeah.
No, I fucking loved it. That was that. Like I said, that won me over. I'm instantly now on board with that. And it only took one promo, one segment that can be done well, and look what can happen. Just one good segment.
Care about Orton again. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, he was spitting the fucking fire, man. It was great. It was great. It made it seem like he gave a shit, which, I mean, whether or not he does, I mean, who knows. But it made it seem like he was legit pissed that Styles was in there saying that this is the house AJ Styles built, when he's like, no, fuck you. I was here doing this. And every point that he made were all legitimate. They were like, yeah, you're right. You were here this whole time. He was all fucking around. Yeah. But they both got their shots in. It was great. I'm on board. It should be a really good match, I think. Even AJ Styles is going to get a exciting match out of Orton, I think. I hope.
Well, he's been wanting that match for a while too, he said.
Yeah.
He's been like, Randy Orton is someone I want to have a match with. So the fact that they're doing that is like, okay, he wants this. It's going to be good. Not that AJ needs to be motivated, because he can have matches with like lesser people and they're still great. Mm-hmm. So he'll get something good out of Orton. It'll be fun. Yeah,
the ending's going to be good. It's either going to end one of two ways. Orton's going to win no matter what. Orton wins 100%, by the way. I'm going with that. Either ends with AJ come flying in with the phenomenal forearm, catches him RKO, or he comes flying in with the 450 splash RKO. Either way, it's going to be a pretty cool finish as long as they can hit it perfectly. But
you mean that shitty diamond cutter he does?
Oh wow, that was good. What a good line. Rip off diamond cutter. What a good line. And it was funny because didn't Orton fire back with something like, yeah, everybody in the Indies, like everybody does a cutter in the Indies too. So it's like, come on. So
something about how you guys do all of our moves.
Yeah, you guys copy. You guys copy our moves too. I guess let's end this on a super, super high note. Braun Strowman. Not sure what he's going to be doing for WrestleMania, but does
he even know?
He got another a card to smash on Raw this past week. It was by the SNL guys, which at this point I think it's obvious he's not gonna. If he does have a match, I don't know what it would be, but he's gonna be just doing stuff with the SNL guys, which is
wow.
What a waste.
I can't even fathom. Last year, yes, even worse. At least he's not teaming with a goddamn kid. Thank God. But it's still going to be fucking cringy and shitty. And what happened to Braun fucking Strowman? That's my only question, is what happened to the fucking monster among men who was fucking right at the top of the WWE. Nobody was going to stop him. Everybody fucking loved him. Now, when anybody sees him, they roll their eyes.
Like the Big Show. He's like the Big Show, man. He got humbled. Everyone has to come and bow down to the fucking McMahons and be humbled. You can't be over. You can't fucking sustain it. You have to get the start, stop, push. If things don't go the way they want, then they're going to send you back down the fucking card to do comedy and look like shit. And that's all it is. Next you're gonna have Stephanie getting a feud with him, and she's gonna talk about how giants die early, just like she did with fucking Big Show. And then Braun Strowman's gonna cry next week, and then he's gonna lose a bunch of fucking handicap matches, and it's just gonna be great.
It reminds me of the stuff that Ryback said about when we take a loss and loss and loss. Of course, the crowd isn't gonna be behind us because they see us as a loser. That's stupid. And people ragged on him like, oh, it's not real. It's not real. It's like no. But perception is key. There is a point to that, which I'd always believed in along with that. And that's the thing. When he takes all these losses, it damages. And I used to say that Braun was probably bulletproof, but no, he's literally the guy who can't win the big one. He's the latest of that type now.
Yeah, no, he's not at the bottom of the barrel, but he is not in a good place right now.
Even that weakling with leukemia can beat him.
Oh my God, Jesus! There it is. There it is. All right. Well, on that note, I think we need to take this the fuck out of here.
Oh, we do have just a couple of quick questions here from the chat. So.
Oh, sure, yeah. What do they got?
G asks, how many matches will Mania have?
GMSG?
MSG.
Well, obviously, that's a question that we can't fucking answer. I said earlier something like 15 or 16. I would not be exaggerated on that, I guess, but
yeah, no, like normally they have 12 or 13. When you count the pre-show, it's up to 14 or so or something.
Because you got the 2 men and women's now battle royals. So
well, think of it. You got both battle royals. You got both world titles. You got both secondary titles. Maybe those aren't even guaranteed to be on, but they have been of late. Both tag titles. Scratch that. All 3 tag titles because the women's are there too. Plus, you've got guaranteed now one-on-ones with Orton and AJ. Plus Batista and Triple H, plus Angle's retirement, whatever that is. Yeah. The Cruiserweight Championship is going to be facing off against Alexander or Nice against Buddy Murphy.
Yep.
That's there too. Don't forget that one. I didn't even mention the 2 women's titles yet.
Well, the Nia Jax and
Tamina. The Nia tag, if that's one too. And then, like, I think we pretty much covered it. But there still might be more. There still might be more.
Particularly on this show.
Yeah.
That's how bad it could be. And that actually segues to Jonathan C.T. Martin asking, who should win the Battle Royals? And Spring Tigress asking, should Mania still have the Battle Royals? And my answers are quick. I don't care who wins the Battle Royals, and no, Mania shouldn't have them.
Well, I'll say quickly, they've wasted what they do with those Battle Royals, but the crowd seems to like them when they're early on, so I see no problem with it as a time warmer. Type thing is to warm things up, but it truly at this point does not matter because does anybody even remember that Matt Hardy won the last one? No, he won broken and won the tag titles. That's what he.
They've definitely wasted their things with the Battle Royal, but I don't at this point. I don't really expect much from the Battle Royals except just hey, it's just a Battle Royal they do every year. And to be honest, before this Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I did a little bit of research. They used to have Battle Royals all the time at WrestleMania. So as far as should they have them still, I don't have a problem with them. I enjoy Battle Royals. You get a bunch of different stories that can take place in there, just like fun little moments. They're nothing too serious. But as far as the winners and are they going to go on and do stuff, I've lost hope in that. I don't expect it. I think it's just more of a fun, novelty match now.
Yeah, they've had opportunities, but they've literally done nothing with them for the past 5 years.
Yeah, if I had to pick a winner, maybe if Braun Strowman is in one, he'll win.
Yeah.
The women's, maybe Lacey Evans because she's not unless she even walks down and gets in the ring. She might walk back up the ramp. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think more about the women's, but as far as people that they would try to maybe do something with, maybe Lacey Evans. Because last year was Naomi, right? Wasn't it Naomi? And that was nothing. Yeah. That was
because Bayley had it, but Naomi was actually still in.
Yeah, Naomi was still in. So yeah.
But it literally meant nothing. She didn't get a title shot. She didn't get anything.
Like I said, yeah, I don't look at them anymore as far as are they going to be a big push for somebody. That means they're going to get a big push. But
the JRPL Memorial Battle Royal means more in the context of the league than the actual wrestling Battle Royals mean in the context of the Federation.
You got that shit right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jonathan C.T. Martin asks, should Mania go 2 days like Wrestle Kingdom to avoid overly long shows?
No.
I didn't even know Wrestle Kingdom was 2 days. But
the next one is.
Oh, the next
they're
one
gonna split into 2 days.
Well, the way they used to do it was they had the Wrestle Kingdom show and then a show the next day or the day after. I can't remember.
Yeah, the New Year's
Dash next day
or whatever.
New Year's Dash. Now it's just no, fuck it. There's no New Year's Dash. It's just Wrestle Kingdom.
Both
day 1, day 2. Yeah. I do not want a 2-day WrestleMania. Because it takes away from it. It's I'm the main event of day 1, but not day 2. I want to be. You'll hear people talk about, I want to be on the second day of WrestleMania and all this weird bullshit. No.
I would probably say no as far as me wanting it, but that's something I never see the WWE ever doing. I would never see them doing that.
I think they've been talking about it.
Have they? What do you think, Lee? Would you like to see them do that?
No. It's one fucking day's enough. I want them to shorten shit. I want it to go back down to
the pre-show doesn't count as WrestleMania, so why would day 1 or day 2? Day 1 would be your new pre-show, right? Exactly.
Like Fastlane, it was a decent show, but it did not need to start at fucking 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Dear God. But I mean, like I said, I know we shit on it. It still was a decent show. If they could have trimmed the fat, and it would have been an even better show. That's what I'm saying. But
yeah, they're like doing like they've got some really great stuff on their pay-per-views lately. If they trim those shows, it would make it even better. But you know, whatever. And finally, Woody chimes in and says, "What are your thoughts on the change to Mania weekend regarding Takeover?" I'm not sure what he's referencing here.
I believe he means that it used to be Takeover was the day before the pay-per-view, and they flipped it so that the Takeover is Friday, Hall of Fame is Saturday, and now WrestleMania is Sunday.
Whatever.
Yeah,
a big reason people are saying is because they want to avoid the Ring of Honor Saturday show and not have NXT compete with it.
I mean, I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know if that's. I don't know. It's hard to that's where you get more into the rumor kind of stuff. But if it is true, do you think WWE is really worried about a fucking Ring of Honor show?
Yes. Because it's the Madison Square Garden one that they tried to stop and literally did for a bit until the lawsuit threatening happened. So yes, they are aware of that one. Yes,
I know they're aware, but I mean like worried.
No, from cannibalizing their NXT audience? Yes.
Yeah, because here's the thing. People don't seem to realize this. If Sinclair decided to like lift their little fingers and give a damn, they could crush the WWE. They got so many TV markets. If they decided they wanted to compete with the WWE, they could give them problems.
Yeah.
Fuck with them?
I mean, I can see. I know they have the money. I know they have the money.
They don't want their WrestleMania NXT takeover show to underperform. Because that's the one. That's the big one. Even though I know Brooklyn or whatever it was,
I think Brooklyn's their main event. Yeah.
This is the one that is great. It matters. It's a huge thing. Oh, but why did it do less than before? Well, there was a Ring of Honor show. Well, what's that matter?
There's so many people.
They don't even want to have that conversation.
There's so many people that come to WrestleMania weekend, though, that I feel like both shows could easily sell out.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't want to even have to worry about the competition in it, and you don't want to rest on your laurels. I'll give them credit on that one. They're not just saying, like, oh, we can compete against anything.
And you know what's funny? Ring of Honor usually has their pay-per-views on Friday nights, so I don't know why they are doing a Saturday night.
Because that's the tradition now. It's the day before WrestleMania.
Is it the day? Okay, is that
all the indies do? The Impact versus Lucha
they run all weekend, yeah.
They're all doing Saturday. It's all the Saturdays.
Yeah,
there's some Friday stuff, and then the big shows.
CZW is running Saturday for all the guys out there. For all you guys that are going to be out there in New York,
going to be in the WWE concession stand or just outside of it.
Yeah, just go hit up that CZW show. Tell them Bomber sent you.
So instead of competing against all that, put the Hall of Fame in there, and move it over this.
I mean, to me, it makes sense having a separate like.
It's like a breather in between.
I mean, I enjoy. Yes, to me personally, it makes more sense. Maybe it really just boils down to, hey, it does make more sense, so we don't have to do two big shows back to back. We get one, and then we get a Hall of Fame, which is a live broadcast and stuff. But I can't imagine it's as labor intensive as the regular shows. Mm-hmm. So, and then people may say, oh, it's because of Ring of Honor, which it could be, but. I wouldn't jump the gun on it.
Let's ignore that as a possibility. It makes more sense to stagger it out.
I agree.
Award show wrestling, or wrestling awards wrestling. That sounds good. Let's bookend it with the wrestling.
And for me, Jay, sorry, go.
It's just the same. It's just the same thing as we don't want them to split WrestleMania into 2 days because you don't want the back-to-back packed wrestling shows. I mean, honestly, any big WWE fucking pay-per-view where they had the NXT the night before, usually the WWE show looks a little lesser compared to it, and it's just burnout. It's like I've seen too much wrestling in 2 days, and I don't know what the fuck to think about any of it.
Yeah, I definitely do get burned out after WrestleMania weekend. That's for sure. But there's just so much going on. I try to keep up with everything, and that's the main problem.
Yeah, literally everything happens on WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they had WrestleMania be 2 days and then they moved it so WrestleMania day 1 is Friday, Hall of Fame is Saturday, and day 2 is Sunday?
Oh, Oh.
Like that's once they open that can of worms, that's what could happen, and that makes
where do they put NXT? Where do they put NXT after that? Did they put that before the awards show?
Yeah, with the Hall of Fame, it's on the same day. You have them both at the same time. Yeah, you have one then the other.
Well,
because that's a short show. That's not too much wrestling to burn everyone out.
Well, they better enjoy this now before SmackDown goes to Friday nights, because then once SmackDown goes to Friday nights for next year, they won't be able to do this. But I don't know. That's a long ways away though, so there's no telling what'll happen between now and then. There might not even be an NXT. No, I'm kidding. There's obviously going to be an
NXT. Yeah, Lucha Underground's going to take over.
Oh, my God. I heard Lucha Underground's, like, dying, like, hard.
Yeah, I haven't heard it being renewed yet, so.
Get rid of that silly cancer on the business.
Oh, my God. It's nah. We'll talk. That's another day. That's another day.
Let's end this thing. Dory. Die.
Yeah, die, Dory, die. All right. Well, we're getting out of here. As we said earlier, we're going to be trying to come through every single week as we lead up to WrestleMania. So I'm hoping that we can get another episode pumping out next week. So that means you motherfuckers need to watch Raw and SmackDown this week. Every week leading up to WrestleMania.
Okay.
That's the commitment you guys are making by not making a commitment to be on the show. There we go.
I can definitely not make a commitment about a commitment.
Well, your commitment that you don't make will be better than any commitment that Peanut or Rab or probably Zion makes. So
no matter what, I'll still be here and be able to talk about it.
That's right. That's right. But anyway, all right, we're getting out of here. We'll see you guys hopefully next week. All right. Bye, everybody.
Later.
Bye.